In this video, we're going to take the first steps to, we're going to start the very beginning process of diagramming sentences and getting used to the parts of speech in grammar. So this is really kind of the first real sort of baby steps in looking at that. The first one, we look at subject and verb. And I know you've learned this many times in school, that all sentences must have a subject and a verb. When we diagram sentences, we put a small horizontal line, that's the kind that go up and down between the subject and the verb. This is for when we diagram sentences. So diagramming sentences is sort of taking a sentence and picking it apart, which makes it very easy for us to figure out what all the parts are. So some examples here that we have are, we can see Sam eats, John studies, Fred will walk, and John ran. So you can see these are really basic sentences that we're starting with today. So the first thing right here is if we have Sam eats, we put a small horizontal line right there between Sam and eats. The same thing with John studies. So right there, we put a little line between John and studies. Now the next one, Fred will walk. Will walk is a verb phrase. It's more than one word, so we just put the line between Fred and will. Then the last one here, John ran, we put one between John and ran. Now the one thing, these are all pretty easy examples that we're starting with. The one thing that could be a little tricky is if we say to someone, go running. Because this might seem a little tricky to us because we don't see a subject. When we do this one, we actually put you. We kind of have to rewrite the thing and then put go running, because it's implied that you are the subject, that this is a command. So when you have commands, you actually have to go ahead and write in the you and then put the line between that and the verb phrase. So this is the very basic beginning of sentence diagramming and looking at parts of speech.